Hey, ladies, good morning, good morning. I'm up this morning getting ready for work, but before I made it out the door, wanted to come on and encourage you ladies. Hold on, y'all. Wanted to come on this morning real quick and encourage you ladies. And encourage our young women and our older women as well. Good morning, good morning. It's Thursday morning. I hope everyone had a wonderful night of rest on last night. But ladies, I want to speak to you and encourage you and let you know that verbal, whenever you allow a man to verbally abuse you, that is abuse. Being abused starts out very subtle. A lot of times, and even now, a lot of us as women, we don't understand that whenever a man curses you out, calls you out of your name, that's violence. But we don't see it as violence. We see it as, oh, he just got angry and call me a B or curse me out. Oh, it's nothing. It is something. Words have power. And when we allow men, and I'm saying men because we're women and that's who we date, men. When we allow men to come into our lives and verbally abuse us, that is an act of violence towards us. We have got to lift our self-worth up, our self-standard up. We are the creation of God. We cannot allow men to come into our lives and be able to verbally abuse us. If a man is cursing you out, if a man is saying things to you that's tearing you down, that's verbal abuse. And it's an act of violence towards you. Yes, words can be an act of violence. And you have the right to not accept any type of violence. It's not just physical. Okay, he give me a black eye. Okay, he choked me. That's just as offensive as verbal violence. That's how it begins. If a man can see that he can attack you with his words, being violent with his words towards you, then that's when the physical violence will come. But if you will keep a standard and say, you know what? I will not allow you to talk to me that way. Whenever we raise a standard and know our self-worth and know who we are in God, because God didn't create no daughter to be cursed out, no daughter to be battered verbally. It's verbal battery. It's just as offensive as someone taking their fist and hitting you in the face. Do not allow a man to come into your life and abuse you verbally. That's how it begins. Before the punch, before the choke, before the kick, before all of that comes the words. In the beginning are words. Words have power. And a man that's not good for you, a man that God didn't place in your life, when he comes and verbally abuse you, you need to cut it off. You need to send him on his way. Don't allow someone to come into your life and talk to you any kind of way. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. You are somebody. And you matter. Don't allow someone to come into your life and tear you down with their words. I don't care how mad they got. And another thing, it's not your fault. A lot of women feel, well, if I wouldn't have said that, he wouldn't have cussed me out. Baby, I don't care what you said. It does not give anyone the right to verbally abuse you. It does not give someone the right to physically abuse you. As women, we got to stop taking on when somebody abuses us, we begin to take on the responsibility of that person's misconduct. No. We're not going to take on somebody else's craziness. He hit you or he cussed you out. Now you going to apologize to him? No, ma'am. That's dysfunction. No. Some of our men, Lord have mercy, a lot of our men, and we have to pray for our men, our black men, that they will stop resorting to violence. They don't know how to deal with conflict. When something goes wrong, they want to pick up their fist. When something goes wrong, they want to curse you out. This is not right. And it's unacceptable behavior. When I tell young women all the time, even I see older women that are being mishandled verbally by their spouses, husbands, boyfriends, and we just brush it off. And we should not. No one has the right to verbally abuse you as a female. And it is not a small thing. It is a big thing. When we allow men to verbally abuse us, we're laying down a platform for them to eventually step on one day and abuse us physically. Do not accept any verbal abuse from anyone that you are dating. That is not the person for you. Raise your standard. I will not get into any covenant relationship, any dating, or any marriage with any man that verbally abuses me. You will not tear me down with your words. It's unacceptable. And you women, you gotta have the same attitude. I don't care what the person is doing. Let the person go. Let the person go. There's some more things God has to deal with them. Do you hear what I said? That God has to deal with them. You can't fix somebody. And by being silent and you not expressing how you want to feel, some men don't even want you to say anything back to them. It's not going to change their character. It's not going to change what's in their heart. We are called to submit to godliness, not monsters, not men that don't know how to speak to us properly. Raise your standard, women. Young girls, if you're dating someone, some young guy, and he's abusing you verbally, let him go. You understand? Because after the verbal violence starts, then will come physical violence. You have to set your standard. And this is where it begins. We will not, as women, allow men to come into our lives and curse us out. and abuse us with their words, because that same verbal abuse is just like physical abuse, and it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Stop making excuses for being mistreated. People that love you, men that love you, will not abuse you verbally. You gotta see it for what it is. Okay, call it what it is. It's verbal abuse. And you do not deserve to be abused verbally. It's an act of violence against you. There is life and death in the power of the tongue. All right? Don't make no more excuses for what you know you're going through. It's unacceptable, and you can't change it. You can't change no man. Only the power of God can do that. And you do not have to decrease or lower your standard or be afraid to have a voice. In every relationship, you have a right to have a voice. You have a right to have your opinion without being cursed out, without being made to feel little or made to feel like something is your fault with somebody else's words. No, you have a right to express who you are. And some men, they might not curse you out, but they talk so negative to you that it's tearing you down. That's another act of violence. If the person is not building you up, let them go. Got it? I want us to be well, because you're worth more than you know. And God has somebody for you. And whatever you're facing today, know that God is with you. Ladies, please raise your standard. Raise it to the highest of the highest. And say to yourself, I am somebody and I matter. I'm a woman, baby. And I will not allow you to talk to me any kind of way. All right. I love you all. Be blessed and have a great day. We're going to stop this violence. We're going to stop it. And it begins with one person, one man and one woman, knowing their worth. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day.